Hi, today we're going to navigate to the library's psychology databases and learn how to find research articles there. Before we do a search on how to get over to those databases, I do want to show you that we have organized our databases here at the library by subject area. If you go to the A to Z databases list, you can see here that we've identified the databases that best fit this discipline. And so here in psychology, we have identified 14 with some best bets at the top of the list. But today, we'll go back to the home page, and we're going to start with an article search for research articles. You've got books here for the catalog, videos, ebooks, but we're going to search articles today. And I thought that I'm interested in the topic of college students and sleep quality. So I'm just going to start my search with these simple keywords. You don't want to use a lot of extraneous terms. You just want to keep your terms very simple. When you get started with a search in one of these databases, it's not like Google. And I am interested in college students and sleep in terms of the approach from the psychological approach. And so there are going to be results in here because we are looking at data, a bunch of different databases here. I'll show you. Take a look here at Choose Databases. Not only are we searching our psychology databases, but we're also searching Business Source Premier, Nursing Database, some general science databases as well. So I'm going to just select specifically Academic Search Complete, which has some psychology articles, and then also our two psych databases here, and update that for my search. Okay, so let's do our search again. And that did drop it down to about 4,000. So what I want to do is get this list down a little bit. So we'll look over here at our limiters, how we can refine our results here on the left side. I am interested in scholarly peer-reviewed journals. These are research articles, so I'll go ahead and select that. And let's see, that doesn't bring the list to too much smaller. I'm also interested in more current articles on this topic. So let's say the last 15 years or so. All right, and that brought that down a little bit as well, but it's college students and sleep. What is it that I want to know? That's a pretty broad topic. So I'm wondering how the amount of sleep that college students get affects their academic performance. So why don't we add another search term? Okay, so this now brings us down to 307, and that's a nice number. Let's make sure that, yes, we still have our limiters here for scholarly peer-reviewed for the last 15 years or so, academic journals. So let's take a look here at our results. Let's see, this one's about Norwegian higher ed students. I'm just want to take a look and see what we have. Let's see, sleep quality and academic performance in university students. Okay, let's confirm that it's in our psych database. Yes, it's a psych article here. We do have the full text available to it. Let's go ahead and just look at this and open this up. All right, so let's see. Am I interested in this article here? This abstract gives me a quick summary of the article. This study was done. It tells me a little bit about the authors and where they're from and how we can contact them. And it also gives me some subject areas that I might want to try also to search. So let's say that I'm interested in this. I can either email it to myself, I could add it to the folder and email several in this list to myself later. I could export it to a citation manager like RefWorks. Here's a permalink. This is a link that you would want to use if you want to get back to this article with a link, not this link up here at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and add this one to my folder, and let's go back to the result list. Another way that you can narrow this list or make it a little bit more refined is, let's say that you did like this one that we were in, and you see here these subject terms. Let's go ahead and let's make sure that absolutely college students is something that I want to focus on, and sleep, and academic performance. Now, only the articles that actually have a subject term for college students will come up with in this list, starting with 132,000, and it brings me down to 156. But you can see that we lost our limiters here by starting that new search. I'm going to go back to my scholarly research articles, and again, I'm going to bring that up to about 10 to 15 years. And I'm down to 109. And so this is a pretty nice list for you to get started with. Let's see, maybe you're interested in this one, class start times, sleep, and academic performance in college. That sounds really interesting. I've always heard that if you have classes that start later, that might be helpful for students of a certain age. Let's see if that is available through our databases. And it is not. However, you could go ahead and request this. This will take you to a page where you just put in it populates it for you, and the request goes to our circulation department. And generally, these get emailed to you within 2 to 3 days. So if you see something that you really think will work, go ahead and request it. And finally, let's just click into one of these articles just so that you understand the ones that we do have the full text of. You have the option to download it as well. You may email this information to yourself, but here it is. Here's the article, and it has the parts of a research article that I'm sure you're learning about in this class, your methods, your discussion, procedures, results, etc. And I hope that that gives you just a little bit of an idea of how you can get started with finding research articles in psychology.